My name is Jay Goodlett, and I'm a dance teacher for the School for Creative and Performing Arts in Cincinnati, Ohio. I wasn't even planning on being a dancer until my dance teacher made me audition for the School of American Ballet in New York City. And I was 16 at the time, so I'd been taking dance ever since I was 7, 8, 9 there. And so I went to the audition, and I got a full scholarship to the School of American Ballet. So that kind of propelled me to do that. So I came back, I joined the Cincinnati Ballet, and I danced there for 14 years. I was attracted to dance because it was athletic, but it had another aspect to it, which was the storytelling aspect. Because I loved sports. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be the starting shortstop for the Cincinnati Reds. With dance, I actually had to be just as athletic, but I also had to tell a story. And that aspect of it, it made it seem harder to me. Like this is more of a challenge. Everyone is so busy nowadays. I teach a lot of kids who are heavy into a lot of different things, whether it be dance, sports, academics, any kind of extracurricular you can name. Most kids are doing that nowadays, and I see a lot of burnout, and I see a lot of injuries, and I see a lot of stress that comes along with having a schedule that's like that. So for the kids themselves and the parents, you have to be smart about what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, and not overload yourself, because that just leads to mental fatigue, which will end up burning out actually a lot more dancers than it should. I was a dancer who naturally could perform. I was a dancer who was naturally athletic. But in terms of ballet line, I had a lot to learn. And that's where I had to play catch up. I feel like everyone has attributes of one thing or the other that's gonna make them a wonderful dancer, and they're gonna have weaknesses that they'll have to work on and strengthen in order to become the best dancer they can be. So everyone honestly falls somewhere in the middle, and it's about being smart enough to find out, what am I good at? What am I not good at? What are my goals? And then, defining that and working toward strengthening your weaknesses and keeping your strengths up. I wish I would have been a little bit more proactive with cross-training. And that's from an injury prevention thing, because most of the injuries that dancers get are overuse injuries, right? You're doing the same thing over and over again, and finally that part of your body gives out. So to me, if I would have cross-trained a little bit more, taken a more active approach in that, then I probably could have, circumvented a lot of injuries that did happen along the way. Take dance. Take class. Take as many classes as you can. Take in different styles, right? Search out the best studio that works for you. Find what works for you and then take classes over and over again, because it really is just about muscle memory. Dancers are dancers because they have done that movement a million times and they're still trying to perfect it. So the idea is that the more dance you get into your body, the better dancer you're going to be, period. You're going to be rejected more times than not, right? And so you do have to have a thick skin as a performer in general to actually get past that. But that's where you learn. Unfortunately, that's where it happens. When you get that rejection, I know in me, it kind of spurred something on to try harder. It spurred something in me to say, all right, do I need to take a step back and look at what I'm doing? What might I be doing wrong? So I think in rejection, to me, it lights a fire. It lights a fire to prove people wrong. It lights a fire for me to get better. And I think that's what rejection can do. So I just don't think necessarily it's a bad thing. It just has to be, balanced. There's one tip that I would give dancers who are trying to get better at dance. That is to stretch. What people don't realize, doesn't matter who you are, your muscles actually only get tighter as you get older. You lose flexibility as you get older. So even if you're, a music theater buff who's just trying to get better at dance, or you're 10-year seasoned professional dancer, you have to keep the muscles limber. And that goes every day. And it's gonna take a while. It takes a while to get flexibility. I have people ask me all the time, like, how do you get more flexible? I'm like, I don't know, about 10 years. Yeah, 10 years of continuing to stretch. 10 years of making a habit of doing that every day. And you will see a big difference when you do that. And anyone can do that. There are very simple stretches that you can do. You can find them online. I'm sure you have some from the athletics you might have done in your life or other endeavors. But those stretches work. And if you stretch every day, and I don't mean just the big muscles too, I mean all the small little in-between muscles as well. If you have a stretching routine that you can carry with you, honestly, for the rest of your life, you'll be a lot happier person.